3, 2, 1.
Okay, well. Jesus. We have to keep that. So, another episode of Mofos with a long podcast.
Yeah, you forgot the name of it.
Yeah, it's been a while already. And today we have a guest. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Darby. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You don't want to plug yourself or nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
Instagram.
if you don't want to.
Oh, my Instagram is Darby R Music, and I'm a music teacher.
Hey. Okay.
This is so.
So this episode we're doing a what was it called? Oh brother, we're out there. I was thinking like old country. Old country. No.
Country for no.
Yeah, oh my god, I'm fucking
The country.
Yeah.
The old man country.
Well, yeah, old brother, we're out there. Was starring George Clooney.
Yeah.
George Totoro, and who's the last guy? I don't know.
I don't
He was
remember
in
their
Holes.
names.
He was in Holes.
He
Right?
was in Holes. Yeah. The guy
dude
that
from
plays Delmar.
Yeah,
Yes.
and directed by the Coen brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were you guys' first like thoughts about the movie?
I mean, the first time I saw it was a way back when I was like young. And I don't know. I guess I didn't vibe with it that much at the time. Definitely vibe with it more this time around. And I actually didn't know until recently watching it that it was based on the Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know how I missed that in the title sequence
Yeah.
the first time I watched it,
Same.
but yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was the same. I was really young. My mom loves that movie.
Oh,
She,
okay.
had the record, or the CD, I guess, and I played it on repeat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love this movie.
I think the first time I saw this movie was on like TNT, and I liked it even though I was really young. I don't know why, it was kind of like an awkward comedy movie at the time, and I didn't understand what was going on, but I remember it being kind of like funny.
Yeah.
And like you, I also did not know it was based on the Odyssey, but it all makes sense watching it again because it does seem like kind of like an epic. Even though it's like a short movie, but it's like kind of like an epic. But I guess we go into the movie. They're in jail. They're in prison.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they ever say? Well, I know George Clooney, I guess later on talks about being in prison because he was trying to study law without a
license.
license.
yeah.
Yeah. Did they ever say the other ones? Why they weren't?
Delmar was in there for knocking over a Piggly Wiggly.
Okay.
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever a Piggly Wiggly is.
Okay, hold on.
And the Pete, did they ever say what he's?
I don't remember if they say why he's in there. So the opening shot, it's really well done. Like I really like the two lines of people. The thing that confuses me, and maybe this is something that like old timers know that I have no idea about. Why were they breaking rocks? Like, were they making a dirt road, or like, what was the
seems
purpose?
like busy work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Like punishment?
And I've seen that. That's like something I see in other cartoons and stuff like that. I never know why, but it just seems like something that kept them busy.
Oh, okay.
It's a good wasting shit.
What if they sell the rocks?
Yeah, sell rocks. Literally. The rock dealers.
I don't know. I just thought like maybe they were making a dirt road.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like I don't know.
That's what I first thought.
And they have the stereotypical the outfit too.
Yeah.
You know? That was funny. That's something this movie I would say kind of remind me of a cartoon. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like elements I saw in this movie. We could talk about that later, but I was like, this seems like a live action cartoon. But anything you guys want to add more from the intro?
From the intro? I thought it was interesting they were all tied together, and that's how they escaped,
Mm-hmm.
they needed to be, I guess, like, they were separated from the other people. And so they became friends, like, because they had to, because they were, like, the only ones in their situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was really cool that, they had to trust each other, and even though they were all criminals.
Yeah.
Also, to the title sequence, I liked the old-timey feel of, like, the calligraphy, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And, like, I guess does that mean, like, the font and everything?
Yeah,
okay,
font.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked very, like, throwback. They did a good job of making it look like it's from that era, If,
What
like,
era is it? Like, what year?
I think it was, like, 1930 something it's supposed to be.
1930s.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Because the guy said later on in the movie, he's going to be in jail for another 40 years or something, or 50 years. Then he guesses like I'll be out of jail.
84.
80 something. Yeah. So I kind of guess it was in the 30s. But and also like you were saying, the chemistry, all of them. Yeah, it starts off just being funny because of Totoro's like Pete. We're saying like who made George Clooney's character like the leader.
Yeah.
And it just starts off funny to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, even it's very comical, the wide shot. And I love that they made it a wide shot so that all three of them kind of have their space to run through that field. And then like the running and then like the duck.
Yeah.
It's just very comical. Like you were saying, like straight out of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's
like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Like the physical comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, Everett thought, I guess he was the smartest. He had the most robust vocabulary.
Yeah.
And, he's the one that's, like, articulate, and then Pete wants to lead. And so, I don't know. I just think it's interesting that they, like, introduced, the characters as, like, squabbling, but then eventually they become friends.
Yeah.
The closest. Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamic is it was really cool. Everett, I guess he's kind of the conceited one because he's always talking about his hair and trying to get hairnets and shit like that.
Dapper Dan.
Yeah.
He's a Dapper Dan.
A Dapper Dan, man. Yeah, that was really funny. Like, especially once I guess it goes to the next scene when they get to is it Pete's cousins?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so before that, they get picked up by the man with no name.
Oh yeah,
in the pump cart. Did we decide? Because there's
pump trolley.
Yeah,
we have to look it up. Sorry,
there's many names for the device that he's on.
I was actually surprised going back to that scene that they didn't get really mad because they made it to the train, but it was because Everett kept fucking talking instead of helping them out. That they weren't. He wasn't able to like help them onto the train. Then they all fell out. So like if he just helped out, that would have been like almost the ending of the movie, But yeah, like this was it the prompt trolley?
The pump trolley.
And I think that character represents the prophet that Odysseus meets.
Oh, okay.
In the Odyssey, and also something interesting. Odysseus. Another way to say it is Ulysses. And that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been Ulysses in other interpretations.
Okay. I was thinking that name sounded familiar, but I couldn't tell where I heard it from. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I guess that's something you guys could touch on later on too. The connections between the Odyssey and the movie, because I really didn't notice. It's been a while since I read the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So.
It honestly had been since like high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So he comes into the picture, and he tells them about that he doesn't have any day, but he works for no man, and that they're gonna see things wonderful to tell. And then tells them that they're gonna find a fortune, but it's not the fortune that they seek.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
Oh, yeah.
And then so one of the things that he says though is like, you'll see a cow on the roof of a cotton house.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking to myself like, do we ever see?
that?
Yeah, do we ever see it in the movie?
Maybe it's
you do at the ending.
Really?
Yeah. After like the
Is it after the
flood.
flood?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, when they're all
okay.
like trying to.
I must have missed that shot.
I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
I never saw the cow, but okay, that's great. I like how it comes full circle.
Yeah, it comes full circle. It's funny because I didn't even remember all this dialogue from earlier. Yeah.
No, yeah, I wrote down quotes like,
Okay.
"You must travel a long road fraught with peril. Fear not obstacles."
Yeah.
Okay. Which they definitely, yeah.
And he
it
was blind too.
Oh yeah.
And so Everett said, like, if you lose that sense, you gain clairvoyance and stuff. But then later on, he says he doesn't believe in that.
Yeah, that's something I guess Everett was struggling throughout the whole movie. Is like the faith and science thing.
No, I like how, because he's talking about like, yeah, he gained this sense to a paranormal degree because he lost his sight. And so, like, really talking him up as, like, this oracle type of character up until, I think it's Pete pointed out that they're not going to get the treasure that they seek. And then he's like, oh, what does he know? He's just an old fool.
Oh, yeah. I guess it even establishes Everett's character of more of, like, I guess, selfish in a way. It's kind of using the guys, and it just seems like he has a goal, and he's just going to say or do whatever to get to that goal.
He's definitely a smooth talker. As he puts it later, he's got the gift of gab.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I forgot John Goodman character. That guy was funny. He had the gift of gab too.
Oh, yeah.
But do we go over to the
cousin?
The cousin, yeah.
Meeting the little boy.
So it's like Depression era, and they're running out of food, so they feed them horse.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then, they break their chains and all that, but the cousin is the one that outs them to the police.
Yeah.
I like the first time they like step foot on the property, the little kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I nicked the census, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good boy.
Yeah. What they say? RUNN. I mean RUNNOFT. Yeah. Runoff. Yeah. I spent like a minute trying to figure out like what did he mean? What does that mean? But I guess they are, Depression era. They kind of like in the backwoods, so they don't really know how to like spell and stuff like that. But I guess that's where you see that Everett cares a lot about his heir. Because he lathered up, boy, man. Like how like.
I mean, you used to even see it like thick on the comb.
Yeah, like dude. Then before they got outed, when he woke up, it's like my hair, Yeah. But I guess that's where we also introduced, even though I don't see him a lot, Cooley, the cop, the one with the like sunglasses.
I didn't remember his name.
The only reason I really know his name because it shows in the subtitles.
Is he like the devil character?
I wonder.
That's what I was, because
he has a mean hound.
Yeah, I think so.
And I was thinking, like, did he teach Tommy? Tommy's his name. Yeah, Tommy Johnson.
Yeah.
Did he teach Tommy how to play guitar then? Was he at the crossroads?
I don't think so because at the end he didn't know who Tommy was.
Oh really?
Yeah, because Tommy was with them at the end and he didn't know who he was.
Okay, so he's not the devil.
Yeah, or maybe he's supposed to be the devil, but I don't know.
Or maybe to them he's the devil.
Yeah,
he's the antagonist of the.
Oh, definitely. Like even to the cool shot they had with him was like when he's introduced, they light the barn on fire.
Yeah,
and you see like the reflection of the fire on his sunglasses. I thought it was really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Then they lit the car on fire and the guy's like that ain't popcorn.
That was so cheesy.
Yeah, that made me laugh so hard.
No, before that though, the whole like, damn, we're in a tight spot.
Oh yeah, kept saying that. Yeah, dude, like, they remind me of Three Stooges so much.
Yeah, and then like I like how Pete's like, because Everett tells him like, he turned us in, and then he's like, well, don't you say that, he's kin.
Yeah.
And then like the next thing is like Wash being like, I know we're kin, but we got this depression on. I gotta do for me and mine.
But so did the kid, because he wanted to go rescue them, was that just on his own, or did the uncle, did his dad convince him? Yeah,
I think he did that on his own.
Okay, I guess they got lucky.
I think
he's like a smart kid.
Yeah, and it seems like he's been doing probably behind his dad's back, because he's got a whole like thing built for his
Oh,
push
yeah.
the gas and everything.
Yeah, that was cute actually.
Yeah.
That kid was a good actor.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was in it more. Then is that where we go to? Is it Tommy?
No, well,
Not
because
yet.
Okay.
because the car breaks down immediately after. Well, the shot after they escape the barn, and that's when they send the little boy on his way, and he's like, "I curse your name."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Run back home to your pa.
Yeah.
Mind your pa.
Yeah. He looks so defeated walking back home.
Yeah.
You know? Then what do we go after that?
Then we go to the shop because they need the part.
And the Dapper Dan man.
Oh,
that's,
okay.
That's when we find out Fop is not going to cut it for this guy.
Yeah, that's true. What's the difference, really? I guess somebody who knows about that stuff.
shows
He's just
that
a
he's
Dapper
up
Dan.
in
Man.
Yeah. Also, they couldn't get the parts there too, right? Because it would take too long for the order.
2 weeks. They're 2 weeks from anywhere.
Geographical
Isn't
oddity.
this a yes.
Yeah.
We wrote this in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Then they meet up at the woods. What significant?
So, you want to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
can
they
talk.
said, or who said it? Pete said that they're 4 days from treasure. How did they know that? By the
Oh,
way?
yeah. Because I guess they reveal later on that, Everett kind of made the shit up, right? The whole treasure thing.
Well,
The guy on the trolley said that.
No, I think the treasure is real, right?
No, because later in the movie, Everett said he made up the treasure
Oh, really?
thing to get them to follow him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And that's when they
right.
talked
Yeah.
about the 40 years or whatever. Okay.
But I don't know. So Pete said they were 4 days away.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how he would know.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
the location that they were at.
Well, maybe from the flooding.
They said 4 days to get to the treasure, or it's going to be at the bottom of a lake.
Yeah,
And then the flood happened.
Because they're gonna flood the area in 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains the ending too.
So they're racing against the clock. Not that they're 4 days of travel, but they have 4 days to get there.
Oh, okay. That explains the ending of the flood at the ending.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it all connects more now. Then.
Sirens.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I guess that's
not yet. Because at this part of the forest, we run into the congregation.
Is that when they get baptized?
Okay, which
yeah.
I think might have been the salvation that the oracle at the beginning was speaking of.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said, like, you'll follow this road even unto your own salvation, or something like that. So I think maybe this is like a manifestation of that. Delmar keeps offering him gopher.
Gopher?
Gopher.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Gopher Everett. So I guess it even shows too the clash in just the way Everett thinks about religion and stuff, because he's the only one that didn't get baptized in that scene, right?
Right.
So I guess because he doesn't really believe in it, or he's kind of goofy.
And that's the scene where we find out Delmar knocked over the pig.
Oh yeah, because
Okay, so I looked it up. Piggly Wiggly was a supermarket. So how did he knock over? He knock over something?
Like, did he rob
No,
the place?
he robbed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's what they call knocking over.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Then
Now he like
that's what I was
Fuck
thinking.
these oranges.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking he was actually knocked over a pig. That's because I didn't know what that was.
I did.
Like tipped the pig over.
I feel like it used to be a crime to knock over cows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cow tipping.
Cow tipping.
He did a pig tipping.
Yeah.
That's what
Can you imagine going to jail for that? Man, I'd be so mad.
What do you have for cow tipping?
Yeah. And people are like, oh shit, this guy's for real. Then from there, do we go to, or is there anything else you guys want to touch on from that scene?
I think it's not really the most significant thing. Is just like kind of the ideals of like Everett kind of being reluctant to get baptized because he doesn't really believe in it. And then the next shot, they're in the car, which I guess they
Hitch the ride?
maybe stole a
I
car.
think
Oh
They
yeah,
stole a
so
car.
okay. Oh, they were driving?
Yes,
Okay.
and then they picked up Tommy.
Oh yeah, Tommy, that guy. I love Tommy.
I want to talk about this real quick. So they named him Tommy Johnson, but there used to be this guy, a musician named Robert Johnson.
Okay.
And he said that he went to the crossroads and that the devil was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he met him up, and he said that he would exchange talent, you know, like a lot of talent in guitar for his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would, like, they said that was just his story, like his character, like the actual musician.
Yeah.
And this was like around the same time in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But really what he did, he would just like, he had a shed and he would just stay in the shed all day and start practicing 8 hours a day or something.
Yeah.
And so they called it shedding, and that's how they got the word shredding.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyways, yeah, that's where they borrowed the character Tommy Johnson.
That's really cool. I wonder if that's like a placebo because he thought he sold his soul to the devil. Mm-hmm. Then it gives him like the drive to go actually practice. But that's what made him good, just practicing. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But Tommy Johnson, I like that guy because just his
He's
attitude.
Really chill.
Yeah, so chill, and the way he talks, the guitar.
It's your guitar.
Yeah, it's your guitar.
No, I like how Don Muller's like, for that you gave your everlasting soul. He's like, I wasn't using it.
Yeah. That guy was just funny. Yeah. Dan is like, what is it like? What did he look like? It's like he was white, just like you guys.
I was like, makes sense. No,
I wonder what Evra was thinking the whole time. Oh well, because he made a joke about the devil has like the pitchfork and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah.
I think he was just poking fun at the whole situation. And Del Marsa brought up the fact that he just got saved or something like that. Then is that what they go to the radio station, right? Because they heard there's some cash. They could get cash for
to
like
sing into a can.
Sing to a can. I wonder. So singing to a can, is that what? Just like they didn't know what a microphone or anything was at the time, or
maybe it was an actual can that they somehow made into a mic.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe to them it's a can. Either that. Or it's like the slang.
The slang.
Okay.
So I didn't look that up. Yeah. If it was like studio slang or if it was like.
That guy's just.
They don't know how. Like, kind of like. I don't know the specifics. Like, I know the basics of how a record player works, but I don't know all the inner workings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't know all of that, it just might look like singing into a can.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anything you want to touch on too?
I thought it was really funny, the blind guy.
Oh yeah, the blind guy at the
like,
studio.
Talking about the type of music that he was at first, like they thought that they wanted to do. I'm not gonna say it, but that type of music.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, we're all." You
just say black, yeah.
Black. And then he was like, "Oh no, I don't do that music." And then
like they kept switching, not black. Yeah, right? Something like
except
that.
for like one person.
What's funny though is when he's saying they're all black, he excludes the one guy that actually is
black. Yeah, it's like
inverse. Hilarious.
Yeah, then it's like we like they didn't like the music, right? Or they didn't want black music or something.
Yeah, they didn't want black music on the radio. They wanted the old timey stuff because it was going to be airing right around the time of the
election.
Yeah, the pancake batter?
Oh, okay.
Was it?
Wait, what?
The flour mix or something like that? What was the guy who was the sitting mayor?
Pappy O'Daniel,
yeah. He had the flour mix.
hour.
Yeah.
Something.
And so it was going to be playing during that segment. And they needed that old-timey stuff around that.
Okay.
And so that's what they were asking. They were like, oh, yeah, we can do old-timey.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the song?
It's fucking slaps,
yeah.
dude. It's a banger.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to add anything too? It's a
banger. I love that song.
Oh yeah. I like the way it's shot too because it has like George Clooney's Everett singing at first. Then from like you didn't see the other ones in frame until like the cue for them to sing like the chorus or something. Then it came in frame.
It's just perfect.
Yeah,
it's
I thought it was really cool.
It's very cheesy and like very cartoony, but it just works. It's just such a perfect way.
Yeah. The movie is shot really well. I mean, just going back, like just the way it's framed.
Very
and
artsy.
Yeah. and not lots of cuts, a lot of like long takes too.
Sadly, for all his training to sing the song, it's not actually George.
Oh yeah,
Clooney.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
I
surprised
think
at all.
Delmar is actually singing.
Yeah.
'Cause it sounds like his.
Yeah, it sounds like
singing
his voice. Yeah, George Clooney, it didn't sound like him at all. Actually, it goes back. What do you guys think about their accents?
I think they did great.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Goodman did the best, probably.
Yeah. John Goodman's pretty good
I
at
say
that.
John, the guy, what's his the one I kept calling Egghead?
Egghead.
Yeah,
one?
the politician, the one with glasses.
Oh, hold on.
the bald
Homer
dude?
Stokes?
I think so. The one
Yeah.
that was at the KKK.
Homer Stokes. And that's Homer, the writer.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
okay. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. He has his accent. He was really good.
was
Like
good.
the way he talks, he has like so much passion and so much charisma. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but he was
Passionate
really
about
good.
the wrong things.
Yeah, that's true. But I thought everybody was good. I definitely liked Tommy. I thought Tommy was good
Yeah.
too. But George Clooney kind of seemed like it was wishy-washy. But I wonder maybe because he seemed like he was the most like educated out
Right.
of all of them, and maybe I don't know if he lived like in the actual city, but it didn't sound like as southern as the other ones, the other two.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he was trying.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that was a way to show that he was more educated.
Yeah, I wonder if that's on purpose.
I think they're supposed to seem more redneck. I think, and more like from a rural area, and he's more of like a fast talking city slicker.
Yeah.
It seems like
City slicker, hair slicker. Yeah.
It makes you want to talk like that after the movie.
Oh, really? I'm surprised you did that hair shade like that, you know. But anything else you guys want to touch on before? Is that where we get introduced to the other politician?
Yeah, right after. Well, just kind of to touch on like his city slicker thing, like his obsession with his hair
Yeah.
actually keeps the police on their trail.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
You're so right.
The hairnet.
That's his
Yeah.
lesson is like vanity. Like he, he
Yeah.
has to work on that. He's the most dynamic character.
It's kind of like his
journey.
story. Yeah, it's his journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's for him to learn. Sorry.
The same way, like the Odyssey is the story of Odysseus, but he has his crew.
Yeah.
But it's not like mainly about the crew.
Did the crew even make it home in the Odyssey, or is it just Odysseus that makes it?
I think they do.
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them
Yeah, I know they get murked by like Cyclops and shit.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the one from X-Men.
So Cyclops is supposed to be
Oh, is that John
John
Goodman?
Goodman.
Oh man, it's all like piecing together now. Oh, I didn't
That's why
even think
he's-
about that.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes so much sense now that you bring it up. Yeah. No, I didn't even think about that. That's
something I would say I like
really
about.
good.
There's one of the things I didn't like about the movie. It's a small kind of like complaint, but like most of the things like you're saying, we're figuring it out now. Like the comparisons to like the Odyssey. But the one thing I was like, they didn't have to say it. It's kind of jumping ahead. Were the sirens? Like we, as viewers, you know, I got that there were sirens, but immediately later they're like, oh yeah, those sirens they did something to Pete. It's like, okay, you didn't have to say it because I think most people would have gotten the connection. But I feel like they did it because maybe some people wouldn't have.
yeah.
But it's small.
the fact that his clothes were there.
Oh yeah.
No, I guess I'm jumping ahead though. But like,
No, that makes sense.
No, yeah, because yeah, they sorry.
no, it's fine.
They run into well, they sleep outside with after they get Tommy
Yes.
after singing the song,
Yes.
and then that's when they're kind of they're talking about what they would do with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when I think it's Delmar talks about going back and getting the family farm or whatever, buying it back from the bank or whatever.
Okay.
And it's an interesting thing because I think at that time it still held true that like I don't know if you couldn't vote if you didn't have land, but you definitely weren't seen as like
like higher up.
Yeah, like you weren't
Like
much of
shots.
anything if you didn't own some type of land. And yeah, so he says like you're no kind of man if you ain't got land.
Oh, he says that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So is that where they find the cops looking at their car? They're in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in the woods, and then Tommy takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they light another barn, I guess. They're just like
lighting barns.
Yeah,
I thought it was the same scene. I
yeah.
was like, did I go back? And then they run off.
Run off.
RNOFT.
Yeah.
And so I think they find.
They get picked up by
Babyface.
Oh,
George
he doesn't
Nelson.
like being called Babyface.
Yes.
George Nelson, I love that guy.
So I also have another history.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
For this guy. Okay, so he was a real person.
Oh, okay.
It was during the same time, and his name was. He named himself George Nelson. He had another name.
Okay.
But he looked really young, and people would call him Babyface, and he hated that. So that was also in the movie. But yeah, I thought, it was cool. They used like actual events.
Yeah.
And then still try to tie it to the Odyssey.
That's really cool. You want to say something?
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say that scene made me laugh so much because once he picks them up and they getting chased by the cops.
Oh yeah.
And when it's like cows, like I hate them just as much as coppers.
I hated that
he fucking
scene.
lit them up. Then when the cow,
Delmar's like, nah, not the livestock.
Yeah. But when the cow ran into the road and got ran over, I'm sorry, I lost him. I'm sorry.
No, Violet was like, "Did they hit a real cow?"
It looked real.
I was like, "No,
it looks so real." Because there's so much weight behind it. But I'm sorry. Because it reminds me of what happened with the horse in Justice League when fucking
he just like
shrugs stuff.
That horse just goes like,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I haven't seen Justice League yet.
Oh no, it's just like the animal cruelty that happens making me laugh. It's just I'm kind of
really sad.
Just like what did the animal do to you?
Yeah. But yeah,
They're
you
good
guys
actors.
Oh yeah.
Actors.
You guys want to touch on that scene more or anything about that character?
No, not really, because I think the next thing they do is go knock over the bank.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
Over.
Yeah.
Is that now? Yeah.
Man.
He robs the bank.
He was dropping bars, man. When he goes to knock over the bank, the things he was saying, something about drawers and shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot, but it rhymed. I was thinking that's kind of cool. Rapping.
Jesus saves, but George Nelson with the draws.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Then somebody comes and calls him Babyface, and he gets all mad. But I thought that was really funny. Then even the way he reacts, then he gets all depressed and defeated, and he just walks away all sad.
Yeah.
Then they were talking to him in the woods, and that's when he kind of just disappeared. I thought he was about to go commit suicide. The way he walks away. Yeah. So, and you guys want to touch on that whole arc, that mini arc that happened with George Nelson?
Not too much. I don't know. I didn't look into him as a person too much.
Okay.
So I don't really have too much to say. The next shot that I remember was the when they stole the pie.
The pie?
Oh yeah, that was
They stole a pie out of a window, and then like Delmar like leaves a little bit of money.
Oh, okay. Because he's saved now.
Cash, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's the fortune that they weren't seeking but found anyway.
I feel like that's more like character development.
Yeah.
Their fortune.
Oh, okay.
Like their arc.
Yeah. Maybe that could be part of it. Yeah.
Don't diss me.
No.
No, I'm messing with you.
You want to touch on anything with that whole scene?
Let me see. George Nelson. No, it's just like the actual guy. He died at like 25.
Oh man.
He robs a bunch of people, like rich people's houses, and stole all their jewelry. And he had a crew of people, and he is known for killing the most FBI agents out of anybody.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's horrible. And basically, like, he had a standoff with the FBI, and like basically everybody died. Yeah. And then his wife had to, like, they were trying to, like, kill his wife. Basically, the FBI. She was like at the top, like public enemy number 1.
Oh, okay.
And she was the first woman on the FBI wanted list.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Have you guys kind of touching on another movie? But have you guys seen that movie Public Enemy with Johnny Depp?
I thought you were going to say John Cusack.
No. No, I wondered. Yeah, him and John Cusack. Let's not make another rant.
No.
But I wonder if that was based on that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else. Yeah, from George Nelson. What else?
The sirens were nice.
Oh yeah, Sirens.
Well, yeah. Well, first we have a montage of like the Soggy Bottom Boys like rising to fame.
Oh yeah.
And they steal another car.
Yeah, from the gas station, right?
Yeah. Which I think is interesting because like you see them like struggling and I don't know, like just going through this. I guess they have money now because they robbed the bank. But,
yeah,
like, struggling to get there. They're going from car to car, like stealing cars and shit like that. And all the while, this one song that they did just to make like a couple bucks, is like just going crazy. And they even have, I forget what song is playing.
Isn't like actual real song or?
Yeah, it's like it's one of the ones that's on the soundtrack. I can't remember what song is playing, but it like
Big Rock Candy Mountain.
No, that's at the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
I like that though too, because I guess we skipped on it, but he said like the jailhouse is made of tin. Is like you can walk right out as soon as you get in, something like that, which I thought was like pretty cool because like the first thing we see is them.
Leaving. I guess also sing about a jailhouse too later on in the movie. When they go perform at that one.
He in the jail.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of ties in, I guess, though. Yeah.
But yeah. No, I just thought that was like two very different dynamics. It was very interesting that, like they're having this rise to fame, but at the same time, like they've got this like struggle going on.
Seeking to get them like a contract and everything.
Yeah.
Which kind of parallels, I guess, today with the music industry, but that's a whole nother topic, I guess. But, you want to say?
Oh, no, just then we go into the Sirens.
Okay. You want to touch on the Sirens or anything prior? Any thoughts you had?
I'm trying to, hold on. So this is the scene where, they wake up and Pete is gone.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, did the Sirens sell them out to
the cops?
The cops?
Why
would they just take him though?
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess because it relates to
his clothes.
It relates to his arc because he's the one, because he had like a moment of weakness. He made them stop.
Right.
So I guess he had to
singing.
Yeah, I heard them singing.
And freaked out.
Because he's been in jail, wants some ass or something like that. So, but I guess that's maybe his lesson to learn. Like maybe don't care so much about the flesh. Lust. Yeah. But I thought that scene was funny too because when Everett kept drinking from the jug, it just looks like one of those jugs from the cartoon that has like a triple X on it or something like that. Yeah. But you want to touch on that scene?
Oh no, I just thought it was like an interesting contrast from the original, the Odyssey, because Odysseus wants to hear the song, but he doesn't want to be tempted by the song of the Sirens. So he has his crew like tie him down to the mast, and he's like, no matter what I say, don't untie me. And so everybody else wears like earplugs and shit like that, and they weather the waters. But so in this version, they actually go down, are like tempted by the song.
Or Pete is, and he drags the other one.
Yeah. Well, I feel like maybe Delmar and Everett got drunk, like too drunk, or else they would have well.
So Pete was the only one that.
He was definitely the horniest.
Yeah. And then woke up a toad.
Horny toad.
I thought he was a toad.
Horny toad. I thought it was funny too because he kept trying to convince Everett that he was a toad, and Everett just not having any of it, you know.
I feel like he almost.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah,
They were witches or something.
Mm.
And then he says, like, even if that was, he's like, or no, he's like, you can't have a toad on display in the restaurant. He's like, it's not right to keep him in a box like we's ashamed of him.
Yeah, it's like,
well, if that is Pete, I am ashamed. Yeah, because he to touch on what you were saying about, like, he was the one that, like, fell into the temptation. He's like, yeah, that's what he gets for going and fornicating.
Yeah.
Like, well, the two of us was about to fornicate.
And that waitress comes in, just like a funny look. Yeah, that was really funny. Even the car ride there to the restaurant was funny because he kept trying to convince Everett that was a toad, and it's like, I don't think that's Pete. But yeah, you guys want. Then we meet the Cyclops of the movie. John
Dan.
Goodman.
His name is Dan.
So what made him interested in the group? Because he just heard Everett talking, and all of a sudden just got interested.
Did they talk about treasure or their money?
I think they may have said something about money or something that he heard.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's because they went from, like, having quite a bit after the bank robbery to after their confrontation with Dan. Yeah. To, like, not having any.
Dan is the
Bible
salesman. Oh, okay. That's that's John Goodman. Mm-hmm. Okay, just making sure because I don't remember the exact name. Okay, and yeah, he's like a con man, basically. Yeah. But okay, I guess he wanted to rob them, and I thought it was funny when he was like beating them up. Everett seemed so confused because he fucking whacks Delmar with a stick, and Everett seems just like looking at him. Yeah. I thought you guys want to touch on that scene when they were getting robbed, basically?
Oh no, I just thought it was like the first time through. I didn't know what to think about the whole Toad. Yeah. So I thought, like, oh yeah, because I don't know what the context of, like, you know, every story has, like, its rules with, like, okay, here's, like, in this world magic exists or, like, doesn't, you know. So the first time through when I was, like, a little kid watching it, I was like, okay, well, that really is Pete. Okay. You know, and then so when he squishes it, I thought, like, Pete was done at that point. Did you think the same thing too when
I was a child? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I guess I didn't because maybe at the time I still didn't really understand English like that, so I didn't really. It didn't connect to me that was supposed to be Pete. Not until I saw it much later now.
So I don't know if it was the sirens, but in the Odyssey, some of Odysseus, how do you say it? Odysseus. Some of his men were turned into swine.
Oh yeah,
really?
That's true. Then that's the one Delmar went to knock over. Okay. But I guess the toad is kind of different from this one. Okay. Or horny toad that got killed. Then did they go to the city after that? After the run-in with Dan? It's also funny, Dapper Dan.
Yeah, I know the correlation. Yeah. Right? Okay, so after that, Pete meets the devil. Okay. Character. What did you say?
Cooley. Cooley was his name. Yeah. I like the way the guy talks.
And then Everett sees like a campaign thing from Homer Stokes. He sees his daughters. He has 7 daughters.
Yeah. Oh, 7?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And he sees his wife, and you know the wife has another suitor. Yeah. Which was like Penelope in the Odyssey. She had a ton of suitors. Took over, really? Yeah, the town of Ithaca. So, you know, his wife said, "You got hit by a train." Yeah, yeah. That part was funny too.
You ain't bona fide.
Yeah. Is that like a correlation with the Odyssey?
Yeah, Penelope was getting tired of not seeing her husband. Basically, he went off to war, and after the Trojan War, he was in Troy. Yeah, and he was trying to get back home. And she kind of, I guess, almost gave up. But the suitors were really, more like, I don't know, forcing the interaction. Okay, like they were just like in her home. They're soldiers that took over the entire town. Oh, okay. So she also didn't really, I guess, have a choice. So I don't know.
Then I guess he gets into a fight with the suitor. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
That was like a straight off Three Stooges, man. I think the way they were fighting, he got his ass whooped.
Which is kind of like a break off from the original story, because in the original story, he doesn't get home until like the end of it.
End.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
And then he has the contest. Well, a contest, and then kills all the suitors.
Oh, damn. Oh,
He
man.
murks them all.
All of them?
At first, because they have a contest of archery, yeah.
Okay.
Wife,
Who can shoot through, like, I think it was like 20 axe heads or something like
yeah.
that. And obviously he's the only one that could do it. And then he's like, oh, it's me. It's your boy.
Yeah, okay.
He's like,
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
and then he just shoots everybody. And then after he runs out of arrows, then he starts picking up spears. And
Oh, damn.
Just
Did he pull like a
my
Dick?
wife.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I thought I pull like a Dick Cheney. Like I thought you were a duck. You should know them.
oh my god, there's ducks everywhere.
Yes. You want to touch on anything that you have on your notes? Like maybe I might have skipped over.
No, I think he is determined to get his wife back now. It's like more of a motivation. And so they go to the movies, and then the prisoners are brought in to see a movie, and then Pete warns them like the treasure. Like,
Oh yeah.
Do not seek the treasure.
Yeah.
it's a trap, and so. And I don't know what that means, really.
Oh, because I think, what did that mean?
Yeah, because he
told Cooley, right?
Yeah, he told Cooley, so everybody knows where they're going and why they're going there.
So that's how he survived.
Yeah, Delmar's like, we thought you was a duck.
Yeah, damn, you can
He
just see the
looks so
confusion, like what?
Oh my god.
I guess maybe I guess I kind of skipped over it, but before they got to like the movie theater scene, they see Pete, because remember they drove past the prisoners, like with the rock, and they see Pete, and Everett's like, does Pete have a brother? Because he sees him, but he doesn't know. But man, I wonder if that's where he starts questioning the whole fate or science thing, because Pete's supposed to be dead, but he sees him. He's just like, oh, I guess I must just be fucked up or something. Then they go. But I guess after that, after the movie scene, they rescue Pete, and that's where it's revealed that there was no treasure.
Yeah.
The whole time, it's just Everett wants to go back to his family, and he made up a story that he round all of them up, so they go see his family. I mean, so they could go see his wife before she gets remarried to somebody else, and that's also, I think, where we find out like the timeline, because that's what they guess, like Pete only had 2 more weeks in his sentence, but because of the whole bullshit he's been through, I think they added more years, and they added 40 years, and he's like doing the calculation, like I'll be what did he say, 84 years old, and he was saying a year or two, like in the 80s, I believe. Yeah. So, let you know that it was.
And
in
then
the 10s.
Delmar is like, I'll only be 82.
Yeah. Then they get into a fight, and they see the Kkk rally going on with our boy Tommy. That scene was funny to me. How do you guys feel about?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. Just kind of showed the ridiculousness of the whole KKK as a whole, and how easy it was to like slip into the ranks.
Yeah, show off a cartoon. They knocked the guards over, the colored guards, which was funny too, because they tied in like who made the color guards colored or something like that.
Yeah, the color guards are colored.
Yeah.
That was
really funny.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that scene?
Just the part, at the beginning of it, they like did this really weird, awkward chant, and they're like, "No, like this is how you do," or you know what I'm talking about? They were like having like a ridiculous fight, and then it turns out John Goodman is like, or was it him?
Yeah, it was him. Yeah. Dan.
He was like,
you smell the hair.
yeah, exactly. And then that flaming cross came at him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And oh no, they brought Robert Johnson or Tommy Johnson.
Yeah, Tommy Johnson. Yeah, they were trying
to save him. And then at first, John Goodman catches it when it's like this far from his face. So that was a nod to the Odyssey because when the Cyclops was sleeping, they put a stake through his head.
Oh, okay.
So like it almost hits his face, and he's like, "Ha ha!" Like, I got it. And then they push over the cross, and it's like burning. So I think there's like some symbolism behind that, and the fact that a cross killed him when he's a Bible salesman.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So,
actually, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's like a funny coincidence. Yeah.
And is that the scene where it's revealed that the guy who's running for mayor, Homer, is like the Grandmaster?
Yeah, his speech. That guy. I mean, I just wish he was on the up and up and did something else because his charisma, that speech was. It was good from an acting point. You know, like he did such a good job with his voice projecting everything. You can see, like, I guess that's why he's kind of a good leader. He's just leading the wrong group. But it also ties back to what you guys said about Everett and his hair. Because his hair gave it away that they were there again. And
it's your hubris.
Oh, okay.
Or weakness.
Yeah, like basically like his weakness. I forgot if there's one. Oh, my thing I thought too was kind of funny. When they're about to go save Tommy, they were saying out loud like, "We're here to rescue you." I'm like, did nobody else hear that? You know? But Tommy could hear he's responding. And the two guards that were like walking Tommy is like, can't they hear them having a conversation? Yeah. I thought that was kind of weird. But
movies do that.
Yeah.
And like TV shows, they'll go like have a private conversation 2 feet from the people. Yeah.
It's like a stealth game or something like that. But you want to touch on anything with that scene?
No, yeah. I think like just again with like all of the dialogue between the members, I think just kind of really like is poking fun at the KKK. Like, these are not the brightest.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of goofy. Then, they I guess they killed Dapper Dan. Not Dapper Dan, but they killed Dan with the cross. And they go to the party to try to get his wife, Everett's wife, back. Yeah. And that was a good scene.
Which this is definitely a nod to the Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
Because when Odysseus shows up back in Ithaca, he first disguises himself as an old man.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And so they show up as the Soggy Bottom Boys to go do the show.
Yeah. With the beard, the fake beard.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess that's when his wife learns that they are the Soggy Bottom Boys.
I was wondering though, like the wife, she was rejecting him when she saw the reaction they were getting. Then she's like, I guess I'll take it back. You know, like,
right?
Okay.
That is kind of shady.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, do you really love this guy?
She liked his dance moves, and now she's...
Yeah, I guess it's like, oh, if all these people like you, I guess I like you too.
She wanted someone who was bona fide, a.k.a. she's a gold.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. Because she didn't want to talk to him the whole time until she realized they were the Soggy Bottom Boys. The song they were singing, I thought that was a good song. You were just singing that earlier. Yeah, in the jailhouse. That was a good song.
Yeah.
You want to touch on anything that's
I don't know. I think the song of Constant Sorrow, like the next one, when I was a kid, it used to scare me.
Oh, really? Why?
Because I thought about, like, you can bury me, like, and then he talks about his grave and things like that. So, but, like, they're so lively.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just it's the opposite.
Did you like in the jailhouse song?
Yes, I love that song.
And the performance that they had. Yeah, the guy had like his old solo, the yelling. He
took off the hat. You could see the string.
Yeah, he said string. Yeah, barely holding up the beard together. Yeah, that was funny. Then they go and start performing the Constant Sorrow. Then the crowd started going nuts. It almost seems like they were getting turned or lit, you know. Then the Homer, the politician, I guess he realizes they were the same people at the Kkk Rally,
right?
And he tries to stop the whole show.
Yeah.
That guy's a really good actor. Like I thought he was funny. I wish he was in the movie more because he just he has so much presence to me, and just the way he talks. Yeah, he just has like a very commanding voice and tone when he talks. Who was the person that they were going against? That other crew?
Happy O'Daniel.
Happy O'Daniel.
Dude, that guy was funny. Him and his crew, they were like straight off Three Stooges. Every scene with them was just like comedy.
It's a good thing your mother died giving birth to you.
Yeah.
So messed up.
But she saw you now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
That guy is so funny. Because he kept talking shit about, his son and stuff like that. And his crew, the crewmates, like, because they keep doing dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you want to say something?
Oh, no, because, like, at that point, then, like, he kind of... I forget if he comes out and says it.
Kind of, yeah.
Or, like, that, like, basically, like...
on himself, yeah.
Yeah, that he's a member of the clan.
He's like, I don't think I have to say the name. Like, he's all proud.
Yeah,
He thought everyone would be on his side, but they're like...
They're like, wait, you're part of the clan?
Yeah.
They start throwing shit at him.
Yeah.
He even talks about how Tommy sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
And that turned the crowd against him even more. And it got broadcasted and everybody knows. So he basically just fucked himself over.
Which, like... If you go audition for a movie, right? And then, like, they call you back and they're like, hey, we want you in the movie. So you're going to play a grandmaster.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like,
it's a job, man. Honestly.
I'd be like, man, I don't know if I can.
Oh, really?
But that guy, he did it.
Oh, he did a great job.
He did a good job,
He did too good of a job. I wanted people to see in real life. Like, oh, it's the grandmaster right there. Let's go fuck him up. Because I don't see him in any other movies after this. I mean, maybe he was, but Topher Grace, we were just talking about that 70 show earlier. He played a grandmaster too.
Oh,
in Black Klansman.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, he plays like a grandmaster. But I guess everybody they get pardoned, right? Yeah, and everybody they realize they're soggy bottom boys and all that stuff. And the wife, I guess, decides to take him back. Is there any correlation or comparisons with the Odyssey from that? Really? Or?
I guess just like that he won the contest. So
like he proved himself in front of everybody. Do they get captured by Cooley again?
Yes.
Yeah. Then Cooley was. You guys want anything that I missed or you want to touch on before that scene?
Yeah, Cooley just comes in and is like, I didn't hear that on the radio.
Yeah, we don't have radio.
He was gonna kill them.
Yeah.
And then they start singing the death song, I guess.
Okay.
After they build their graves. And then that's when the flood comes in.
Yeah.
And it actually saved them. And I guess that was part of the... I don't know.
Part of their salvation.
Yeah, for sure.
A cleansing flood.
And it's like, I feel like that's where, what's his name? Everett starts to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just something that happened.
That was his baptism.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Interesting way of seeing that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And it kind of washes, maybe it sends away because you see all the hair shit floating around.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's like his sins getting washed with his
I don't
hubris.
need this no more.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you also see the cow on top of the ceiling.
The cotton hat.
Yeah. So
I need to go back and see that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
I missed that.
Yeah, I thought it was strange. Yeah, I saw the cow. I was like, I guess it's a cow on top of a roof. But now that you guys said that, the connection between the prophecy from the beginning, it makes a lot of sense now. That's what I was also thinking, like, so this movie's kind of an epic.
Right.
Is it because there's so many coincidences and stuff happens in between? Is this somewhat supernatural? Yeah, there's some supernatural elements.
I think
with the guide, with the blind wise man.
Yeah,
Let's call him the wise man.
And everything that happens in the movie.
I think he is supernatural. Like he has clairvoyance. I think Everett was. He kind of knew that, but he didn't want to like admit it. Maybe like he doesn't want to like surrender or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the same thing. Yeah, that even if you don't, I think the entire piece is more centered around like the idea of God and like like God saving you or what have you. Just I think that just kind of falls into the time period that they're portraying because like if you live in those southern states around that time, that's a lot of what's going to get pushed around.
Yeah.
And so I think towards the end of the movie, not that he's fully accepting that there is a God, but he's kind of coming more into the idea that there's something out there. There's a force that's been working this whole time,
like a higher being.
Yeah. Because there were so many times throughout the trip that they could have just been the end for them.
I was also thinking too, is that like, remember because in the beginning you guys did talk about this earlier, that the treasure is going to get flooded. Was that like the treasure kind of them getting saved at that point and it gets flooded then, so it's like now they're actually free? So I wonder if that's kind of calls back to the treasure. The treasure's like their freedom, because the flood comes out of nowhere.
They're literally free.
Yeah, they're literally free. I guess is that like really the treasure that they were looking for in a way, since that location got flooded. It was just supposed to be adding some extra shit. You try to bring it full circle.
Or maybe the pardon.
Maybe. So it's like, I guess they were chasing their freedom without really thinking about it. And that's the treasure. The treasure was like the freedom. But maybe it's just me adding some extra shit. But yeah, any lasting thoughts you guys want to touch about the movie?
So like,
you notice
at the end, we see kind of Everett's like resolution. He's back with his family and everything. But do we see?
No, we do not.
He's the only one we see like a resolution for.
Because I guess he's the Odysseus of the movie.
Yeah.
So I guess because they show all three characters, we should have gotten a resolution for the other two as well.
I feel it. Yeah.
Because he goes back to his wife, and you see the guy on the is it a pump?
Yeah.
Charles
Wiseman is there singing along with his daughters. I thought that was cute.
So maybe the story was about him the whole time. I mean, he's also Ulysses, kind of like shares his name with the guy from the Odyssey, but it would have been cool because we got to know the other characters too, to see how their life after all that.
I wanted to see Pete as a maitre d'.
Oh, that's what he wanted to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And everything's gonna be yes sir, no sir.
You want to touch on anything before?
Delmar said he wanted to get his farm back.
Yeah.
So he probably went and did that. Pete, it's probably gonna be awkward with his cousin at family.
Oh yeah. The runoff.
He said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah. That guy's such a good actor. Yeah. I don't know what more to. I guess it's a good thing that you did this kind of recap review, because I didn't know there was so much connection with the Odyssey until you guys start seeing all these things, and it makes so much sense. It adds like an extra layer because it's like rewatchable. You could watch it once just as a movie, like I did. Then once I get more information, like I have here, I could go back and watch it and see, okay, the connections here and there. Which is why I kind of thought like I was kind of bothered with them talking about the siren, because they kind of went out of the way to say sirens when I feel like they didn't really need to, because I got that just watching the movie, but maybe other people wouldn't have, because it's not like they went out and said, "Oh, Dan's a Cyclops" or some shit like that. Yeah, so. And I was also thinking too, is this movie kind of like a musical, because there was a lot of songs in the movie?
I would say no.
Okay.
Not a musical per se, where they're not singing anything that's going to be like
the plot.
Exactly. Although I will say a lot of the songs that they choose as part of the soundtrack do kind of fit the goings on of the movie very well.
Okay, yeah.
The jailhouse.
Yeah, the jailhouse, yeah. Constant Sorrow and stuff like that. The soundtrack is really good. Yeah.
I used to bump that.
Oh, yeah. What other songs do they have on that soundtrack? Is it just the stuff that's...
Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Okay.
I don't know. I forget, yo.
Stay on the sunny side or something
Keep
like that.
on the sunny side.
Oh,
Keep on the sunny side.
If I went down or something to the river to pray. Not if. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to say was, they see George Nelson at the end getting arrested.
Oh yeah,
and he said they're gonna give me the chair, so like, they're gonna kill him. But then Delmar is like, he got what he wanted.
Oh,
like he's on top again.
Yeah. I guess.
So I'm like, why did he like that he was getting arrested? Like
maybe because he's notorious again, and so people. Because remember when they called him Babyface? He seems so defeated. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be seen as this big bad wolf.
Yeah.
And that's why he hates that name, Babyface.
Yeah.
And that's something also that Everett talks about, because they were asking like, what's wrong with George, and he says, well, that's one of the faults of being a thrill seeker, is that unless you're actively in the moment doing something that's seeking that thrill, you're gonna have some low lows.
Yeah.
And that's where George found himself when he departed the company of the boys. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were about to say like he has like manic depression or something like that, you know?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like the way it was explaining it at first. I also like with the music. I like the music they play fits the time, because I don't know if you guys have seen Django Unchained. It takes place like during the slavery time, and they start randomly playing Rick Ross. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know?
That I didn't really mind that.
Oh, it just kind of took me out. Like, why are they playing Rick Ross in a time that Rick Ross doesn't exist? I mean, you know, it's just.
So did like Great Gatsby throw you off?
What they play in Great Gatsby?
They made it sound like that time a little bit, except I can't stop.
Oh, what did they play? Oh my god! Oh my god! I definitely would have complained, man. Did they play Charleston at least in that one?
I mean, like, yeah, they have because they also do like a lot of Lana Del Rey, but she kind of has that.
Like, she kind of has that aesthetic going
Vintage,
on.
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, it's just something. It doesn't ruin the movie for me. It just takes me out for the second because I'm like, don't they know that this?
So you prefer for a movie to have like music that even if it's not made in the time period, like fits.
Yeah,
the
fits
setting.
the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Westworld.
Because it doesn't. Yeah. Or because it doesn't take you out. It's like, okay, you know, even though it's modern, it still fits, you know, the aesthetic of the movie that we're watching. The acting was good from all, and the directing was really good too. I can't really think of anybody that had bad acting. They all did a good job, especially with the accents too. Like John Turturro did a really good job. The guy who played Tommy. Anything else that stands out from the movie that you guys didn't touch on?
Yeah.
No, just like the message. Like, what is the message?
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Like maybe trusting the journey more, or being more grateful for what you have. You know.
Yeah.
He lost his wife.
We're just having like faith. It seems like, you know, having faith, honesty, and it's almost kind of like a brotherhood too. Like forming a brotherhood with people that, you know, they're just in this situation that they have to trust each other. And I thought that was really cool when they went back to go save Pete. It shows like, because they didn't have to at that point, but they still went back and saved him. And he was like apologizing that he's sorry for basically talking about the treasure. And they all didn't care. Well, ever, because, you know, the treasure doesn't exist. But Delmar also didn't care because, no, they're just glad to have him back. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I guess it goes back to you saying, like, I guess we should have seen their resolution. Yeah, since they kind of established them as a brotherhood.
Yeah. So in that sense, like I kind of lost that, but overall, yeah, I think there's like themes of just, you know, trusting the process, trusting that like if you have a goal in mind and you kind of like the Oracle was saying, don't get scared of the obstacles. Yeah. Because they're gonna be there, but you're gonna be able to overcome them. Yeah. That just stay the course, and eventually you'll get to where you're going. If you don't lose yourself along the way.
Yeah. Which what happens.
Yeah, but they all grew.
Yeah, they all grew. Yeah, they all had like their own arc. One last thought I have, like when you see the pump trolley at the ending and it goes black and white. I wouldn't have minded if this movie was black and white, honestly, because it'll fit.
It's also started black and white and faded into
Oh
color.
yeah, okay. I didn't even think about that. That's true. I wonder if there's a significance between that too, or it's just
like this is an old fable type of thing, like a retelling.
Yeah, maybe like a story. It just kind of ended
like an Odyssey.
it's a good way to end the episode right there.
Overall rating?
I would definitely give it like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, it was enjoyable. Nothing really bad. It's rewatchable too, and like I said earlier, because of the connections to the Odyssey, so you can watch it as a movie and you can also watch to see what parts they took from the Odyssey. Yeah, all in all, in 8. I wish, like I already talked about this already, but the ending with the resolution, I kind of wish Cooley and Tommy, they were in the movie more, because I really like those characters.
I like that story.
Yeah, I like the story, but all in all, it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd have to agree with you. I think it gets an 8. It presents us with some like awesome music.
Yeah.
It's just overall, I think it's a very good retelling, even closer to the story than I initially thought. You provided some thoughts that I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Through the story, and so because I knew it was a loose adaptation. But I didn't realize that it was a lot closer than I had initially thought. And so it pays homage to the original. While having its own little adventure. The actors were great. I thought the shots were good. I thought there was no scenes that like bothered me with the lighting. Even the nighttime shots were lit very well. A lot of the cinematography, the shots that they chose were all perfect. They were never... I never thought like, oh, I would like to see more of that. I wish that was a wider shot, or I wish that was like a closer shot. Everything was just kind of exactly where it needed to be. And just the overall, like, it was a fun movie. It was very fun to watch. I think the actors probably had a lot of fun on this set just because a lot of it was just so cartoony. Overall, I think an 8 is a fair rating.
Yeah. For me, probably a 9.
Okay.
Mostly because of the soundtrack.
And
I would give it a 10 if it ended kind of better, because it wasn't as satisfying. I feel like there weren't parts that I was like afraid for their lives, even though they were trying to make it seem like that. Because it was so goofy. So I wish like it took itself a little bit more seriously. In certain parts,
I guess maybe because they want to have more of the fun aspect
the comedy
comedy going. I also thought it would be a good movie, like even for kids to watch, honestly.
Because we were kids.
Honestly, it's not too mature or anything, and it actually has like a good lesson at the end that kids could learn from too. So I guess that is it with this week's episode. Thank you for guest starring. You had a lot of information. Like,
I love the history.
That's really good.
Thanks for hosting us at your set.
You're welcome.
So I'm guessing you're going to be a featured guest, depending on.
I would love to.
On the movies I want to do. So.
Awesome.
Green Inferno.
No.
Oh my god. No horror movies. Oh man. But go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
And you can also check out her Instagram that you plugged earlier. And that will be all for this episode.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.